Happy July 4th, 2026, YouTuber subscribers and friends and like. It's Kit Grant coming at you from a Thor 4 Winds, their version of the Class C RV, which is a higher end build, in my opinion, than some of the cheaper Forest River stuff I've taken. Forgot to grab my juice before I head out. Kind of doing my pre-trip. I'm gonna go out and do my pre-trip, and so I wanted to make sure to get the last RV that I'm taking on video for you. Has a nice couch, you could almost sleep on it. This of course folds down to where you can sleep on it as a bed if you wanted to, or kids can, kind of. It's not quite 6 foot across. I mean, one guy diagonal could. And then of course you got the table. You do have a Wi-Fi connection for your phone. You just leave it on the table and it charges it, which is kind of neat. This is a better TV placement in my opinion. And then you have the windows behind the blinds there. But I always put the blinds down because it keeps the RV cooler in the morning when forward, so I don't have to get up as soon. If I'd had all these blinds up, I would have had to be up at about a couple hours after sunup. Versus now it's like 10 o'clock instead of 8 o'clock. The window wipers were up because I parked in Chicago. I'm in Hammond, Indiana. I was trying to get to Chicago last night to avoid traffic, but there's pretty much monsoon season going on in Chicago, so I was forced to come off the road last night and park it before I ended up wrecking something. There's your sink with the strainer, stove, microwave, top dealios. This has a pantry with the pull-out. So you just go around in the morning and make sure things didn't break or fall off or whatever, mostly in the bathroom. Because you never know how they build, some of them build them. This Thor is pretty good at these higher end ones. I would somewhat recommend these ones. They come with a nice shower, little sink combo, fan, and the overhead. Really big residential refrigerator, pretty much. I don't know if you saw that before, but that's kind of neat. Mostly I would say stay away from these cheaper build Class C's, but this Thor is actually higher end and is built better. So I would recommend these ones. Spend a little more money on these and get the use out of them. I'm putting my shoes on now because I try not to mark the place up with the shoes. And then we'll go outside here in a second. If I can find my keys, make sure I have my key on me. Always make sure you have your RV keys on you before you leave. So you get yourself locked out. And now I gotta mess with the door a second. Get where she's locked. There you go. And then we'll go out and pre-trip it. Ugh. Yeah, I had to sleep next to a gas petroleum refinery last night where they make gas. They separate the chemicals out to make gas or whatever. He's locking the door there, so I don't forget that it's locked. Not my first pick, but that's right coming off the toll road right there from what will turn into the Chicago Skyway, Hammond, Indiana. This is your extra special paint job that they did. One of the ways you can tell if it's a cheap RV that you're looking at or not is if you get your darker gray style paint job and stuff like that. That's extra money, and it'll reflect it, of course, in the sticker price and whatnot when you go down the list. But this will tell you that the RV that you're looking at is made with better materials inside and out if you have an actual multicolor, usually gray and black and white style paint job on it versus your typical white and maybe some tan accents on it, like Forest River or something would have. Not that I'm digging Forest River by any means, but the Thor, the higher end Thor, seems to be better condition. Oh, I lost my other in the rain monsoon last night. This is why you do the pre-trip. I lost my decal, my other decal. I'm down to 2 now. That's the other paper one too. So I have a magnetic one and I have a paper one left because I went and got my stuff in my storage. So I have an extra decal. Good thing that one's about to come off, so I'm gonna take these decals off, which is what I was gonna say in the video anyway. I'm gonna try to take those decals off and see how tinted these windows are. They probably will show up in these ones. Some of these windows, if they're too tinted, the decal won't show up enough to really get them by with. You're supposed to have them on the door, but as long as they're visible to where the DOT's cameras can read it, you're good. And most of the time I put them in there. The problem is you got to get through quality security because they won't let you leave security without putting them on the doors. Once you're past the security gate for the doors, then after you waste that amount of tape, then you can put them in the window. But I do that because of the reason I just showed you. If you get any kind of rain, especially combined with wind, but if you get any kind of rain, the rain will take the tape right off, and then the wind will come along and rip the whole decal out. So that specifically right there is why every time you leave the gate, if you're going to be a future transporter, I highly recommend putting it back into the RV windows. They're not as visible up there, but at least you won't lose them, because otherwise you'll be replacing decals all the time. Anyway, this is also why you make a pre-trip, so you see that kind of a thing. I have to replace that. Good thing I have one, but like I say, I'm going to move them to the windows because of that reason. I got 6 more days or 5 more days with this. Kind of taking my time. I don't have to do 5 days. It's 1,700 miles. One could drive 600 miles a day and be there in 3.5 or something like that. I'm going to take about double that just because I can. And just because this is my last run, at least for a while. So, this is your version, black, gray, white. You can tell by the paint job that they're made with better materials inside. And then we'll fix that off of camera. We'll get down here and put the decals in the window. And maybe do a quick video again of them all fixed up when I'm done here, but I'm gonna show you something else. So in these models, this is hooked to the house power, not the dash power. You can turn it on, turn it off anytime you want. Outside of the dash. Totally hooked to itself, and then maybe it'll connect by itself. Once I put the map on, maybe. Come on, phone. I'm putting on the map with the other phone, and hope so. There it goes by itself right there. It asks you right if you want to go right to Android Auto, and you put yeah. And it might start playing my music. I don't know what's going to happen here in a second. Yeah. So I'm going to cut that off for the video. Goes right to playing your music and right to putting the map where you were or whatever. And watch, last night I clicked off of it. Otherwise, if I still had it on there, it would show me right where I'm at before I even start the vehicle or nothing. And like you saw, like you heard, there was pretty good sound. And now when I start it, I had to turn the wipers off. It was raining hard enough to make me come off the road last night because I did not want to damage the unit. I have to eat the $1,500 worth of my escrow part out of whatever damage is. Because you'd be amazed on these RVs, you make one little dent, it could cost them 10 grand or something. So I'm putting it in gear now just so I can show you when I put the blinker on. This also has one hell of a camera. It has the writing through the middle because it has the screen protector on it, which I'm not going to take that off. That's a part of the new screen thingy, but I can still use it with the camera. But look at that wide angle view of the camera when you have your blinker on. That is a pretty nice camera system. That's your other backup that camera, and then I think I can't remember where the settings were for that, but I believe you can go here and go to the camera if I find it. I saw it last night, but now I can't see it. Thinky. Oh, I know how to do it. Never mind. Duh. It's too early in the morning. You go into reverse, and it goes here to your reverse camera on a Bannock. And the reverse camera is pretty big, and there's a thing on there, a setting on there that you can keep your reverse camera on if you're towing something. But this is what I wanted to point out. See how big that screen is? Some other models have a screen half that size. It's just a little bit. Some of them don't even have a screen. They just have the built-in radio. They're really, really cheap in models that I've shown you before. But the other big clue that you have the better built vehicle all around with materials and everything is if your entertainment screen is this big. Then you know that, oh yeah, their materials are better built. because it comes from a company that actually cares a little more about giving you the luxuries that you pay for. So I'll pull up here a little further. So I'm trying to get the rain to come off of the top head and overhead so I can go out there and mess with my... This is another thing you can do, is brake and stop like that hard, and it'll make the rain that has collected on the top of your overhead come off, so that you can go play with the markers, the decals, without getting rained on the whole time you're doing it. Give it a few more minutes, it'll quit raining. Secondary raining, I call it. There's RV's raining, which is actually not raining, but the roof has water. See? So as soon as that gets done raining, then I'll go out there and remove that tape. And I'm going to move the other decal, and then I'm going to put those blinds up for today anyway, and put the decals on there, and then I'll do another clip of this video showing you what it looks like with the window, with the decals in the window. Where they probably should have been yesterday, and I probably should have left the guard check after keeping the thing up. Went to Walmart right around the corner from the guard check pretty much, and then switched that out because of how I knew it was in a rain and wind. But I had an extra decal, so I wasn't too worried about it as long as I had one. Then apparently I lost one on the way out. Lost a paper one, but I have another paper one, so not a big deal. It's just if you don't want to continuously replace your decals and all that, you want to move them back into the window, because I mean it's dumb the way they have their things set up where they have to be on the door and taped on there. It's stupid. Other companies have a deal where you can go right in the windshield because they paid extra so that you can put it right in the windshield, and I don't know why Quality does just pay a little more for that, but we get away with doing that and putting it in the window, even though you're not really supposed to. On these, I'm gonna put them in the windows next to the door, so I'm just, I'm in the gray area of whether that was where it's supposed to be or not, because it's not on the door, but as long as it's visible, it would work. So I'll catch you in the next clip here, just a second.